dear learners, and welcome back to English Flow. I'm Kim, and I'm so glad you're here. This is part 2 of our 3-part airport series. In part 1, we covered everything you need before you even leave the house. Types of flights, ticket classes, documents, luggage, prohibited items, and how to get to the airport. If you haven't listened to that one yet, go back and start there first. Today, we walk into the airport together, from the moment you step through the doors all the way to boarding the plane. And in part 3, the final episode of the series, we get on the plane, land at our destination, go through passport control, collect our bags, and walk out. Subscribe now so you're ready for it. Let's get to the airport. You walk through the doors. The first thing to know is that airports are divided into 2 main areas. The departures area is where you go when you're catching a flight. It's for passengers who are leaving. The arrivals area is where passengers come out after landing. If you're there to pick someone up, you wait in arrivals. If you're the one flying, you head straight to departures. Once you're in the departures area, look for the departures board, a large screen showing all outgoing flights. Find your flight number. The board will show you your gate and the status of your flight. The status might say, on time, great news. Boarding, that means go to your gate right now. Delayed, your flight is leaving later than planned. Or canceled, your flight isn't going at all, and you need to speak to the airline immediately. Always check the departures board as soon as you arrive, and check it again before you head to your gate. Our flight was delayed by 2 hours. I saw it on the departures board. Your first stop is the check-in desk, also called the check-in counter. This is where you officially start your journey. Airline staff will check your passport and ticket, weigh your checked baggage on a scale. A scale is a device that measures weight, and issue your boarding pass. A boarding pass is the document that allows you to get on the plane. Without it, you cannot board. You can get your boarding pass at the check-in desk, or in many airports today, you can check in online beforehand and show a digital boarding pass on your phone. At the check-in desk, you'll hear things like, "Can I see your passport and ticket, please?" Of course. Here you are. How many bags do you have for check-in today? Just the one suitcase. Could you put your baggage on the conveyor belt, please? The conveyor belt is the moving strip that carries your bag away to be loaded onto the plane. Of course, no problem. Do you have any fragile or valuable items in your bags? Fragile means easily broken, like glass or electronics. No, nothing fragile. Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? A window seat is next to the window. You get a view and something to lean against, but you have to climb over people to get up. An aisle seat is next to the walkway, easier to stand up and move around, but people will occasionally bump into you as they walk past. The middle seat is, of course, the one nobody really wants. I'd like a window seat, please. Can I get an aisle seat if possible? I like being able to get up easily. We're traveling together. Could we sit next to each other? Some airports have a separate baggage drop-off area, also called the baggage check area. This is for passengers who have already checked in online and just need to leave their bags. You go straight there, hand over your suitcase, get your luggage tag attached, and you're done. Much faster than a full check-in. I checked in online the night before, so I just used the baggage drop-off. It took 5 minutes. When your bag is checked in, the staff attach a luggage tag, a small label with a barcode and your flight information, to your suitcase. They'll give you a receipt for it. Keep that receipt in a safe place. If your bag gets lost at your destination, that tag is how the airline tracks it down. I almost threw away the receipt, but I kept it, and it was a good thing because my bag didn't arrive and I needed it. Now it's time for security. You'll hear it called the security check, the security checkpoint, or the security screening point. This is where staff use X-ray machines to check your carry-on bags for prohibited items. First, you need to line up, to stand in a row and wait for your turn, just like queuing. We had to line up for about 30 minutes at security. It was very busy. When it's your turn, you'll place your belongings in a tray or bin, a flat plastic container. Into the tray goes your phone, your keys, your wallet, your belt, your watch, and your laptop. Laptops usually need to come out of your bag separately and go in their own tray. Your carry-on bag goes through the X-ray on its own, and you walk through a body scanner or metal detector. To go through security means to pass from one side to the other after being checked. It took us a while to go through security, but once we were through, we had plenty of time. Make sure you go through security at least an hour before boarding. After security, for international flights, there's one more checkpoint: customs. Customs is where officers check what you're bringing into a country, especially goods, products, or large amounts of cash. In many airports, there are two lanes: a green lane for passengers who have nothing to declare, and a red lane for those carrying items that need to be checked or declared. I took the green lane. I had nothing to declare. He went through the red lane because he had gifts worth over the duty-free limit. Now you're in the departure lounge, the area past security, where you wait for your flight. This is where you'll find shops, cafes, restaurants, and of course your gate. Gates are the specific numbered or lettered doors you board the plane from. Each flight is assigned its own gate: Gate A3, Gate B12, Gate 22, Gate C7. You'll find your gate number on your boarding pass and on the departures board. Gates can be very far apart in large airports, so always leave yourself plenty of time to walk there. Our gate was B14, right at the other end of the terminal. We had to walk for 10 minutes. The gate changed from Gate 5 to Gate 18. Always check the board. When your flight is ready, you'll hear an announcement like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding flight KL447 to Amsterdam at Gate 12. Please have your boarding passes ready." This is the final boarding call for passengers on flight BA209 to New York. Please proceed to Gate 7 immediately. To board the plane means to get on it. When boarding begins, the airline usually calls passengers in groups: first class and business class first, then economy in sections. Economy Group 1 can now board. When your group is called, go to the gate, scan your boarding pass, and walk down the jet bridge, the covered tunnel connecting the terminal to the plane, and you're on. Here's a full conversation at the check-in desk. "Good morning. Passport and ticket, please." "Of course. Here you are." "Thank you. How many bags are you checking in today?" "Just one suitcase." "Could you place it on the belt for me?" "Thank you. Your bag is 18 kilos, well within the limit. Would you prefer a window or aisle seat?" "An aisle seat, please, if that's possible." "Absolutely. Here is your boarding pass. You'll be boarding at Gate 22 in about 2 hours. After this, please go through security and keep an eye on the departures board for any updates." "Thank you so much. Have a good day." "You too. Have a great flight." That's part 2. In the final episode of this series, we get on the plane, talk to the flight attendants, experience turbulence, land, go through passport control, and collect our bags. It's the most exciting part. Don't miss it. Subscribe to English Flow, leave us a comment, and give us a like if this series has been useful. It genuinely helps us keep going and reach more learners around the world. I'm Kim. Take care of yourself and keep flowing.